We haven't seen Ty Isaac on the field, obviously, because he sat out last year. How different is he than the other guys in terms of style and
I mean, I don't think it's just Ty Isaac in being different. Each guy brings a different aspect to the game. Not just more so than Ty. I mean, he's probably, I wouldn't say probably, he is the largest one out the bunch. But in terms of difference, that would probably be it, just by him being different, bigger. But he has great feet, good vision. He's a smooth runner. But I wouldn't say he's any different than any other guy. So
the size a big asset, especially Jim Harbaugh's kind of track record is having that big, beefy running backs. It's the same kind of thing with you guys this time around.
Yeah, I mean, but once again, it's still the early phases, so everyone still has to prove who they are and what they are. And, so I don't want to put the cart before the horse right now, but size does help.
A lot of those guys put on weight. Did you want them to gain weight before they get in here?
I didn't know they put on weight.
What do you want their weights to, like for Derek or Ty?
Once again, I don't, that's up to the training staff and Coach Harbaugh. They set the weights, If they're not rolling around looking like they can't play 3 plays in a row without huffing and puffing, then I'll say something. But for right now, our strength and training staff handles that for the most part.
Is Derek fully healthy and full going all the time?
Yeah, he practiced today. Had a good practice. Had a good job.
Ty, you mentioned that you feel like an artist and it's a blank canvas. You guys 4 practices. What have you seen? What does the picture look like after 4 practices? And what do you hope that it looks like come spring game?
If I was painting a house, I got 1 brick. Okay? But like I said, these guys they're a talented bunch. They're very talented. And like I said, I don't think they even understand who they are and what they can be at the end. So, it's a lot to work with, and I'm excited to work with these guys. So to answer your question, right now we're just kind of scratching the surface of really just understanding how to run the ball, what to look for, the blocking schemes and that nature. So really we're in the infantry stages of this thing right now.
And a quick follow-up, you mentioned about they don't know who they are and finding out. How do you help them? Is there a trick that you had that maybe helped you gain some comfort level? How are you approaching these guys to get them in shape for spring?
All tricks you don't reveal. So you'll see. You'll see.
Do you feel like you want to have one lead back, or do you think it's going to be more rotation? Do you have an intent?
Like I say, right now, you would like to say you want one back, but right now you really can't tell. We don't know who's going to emerge. We don't know what's going to emerge after this thing. So, as a coach, you want a great competition. You want everyone to rise to the top. You want the decision to be the hardest decision ever to make. So that's what you want to shoot for. But to answer that question right now, I really can't.
What does a Tyrone Wheatley running back look like? And is there anybody, who looks like that on this group?
I'm not sure I understand the question.
I guess what kind of running back do you want?
Oh, okay. Well, the characteristics. A smart guy that handles not only the ball but can handle the game, meaning that the game never gets too big, meaning he can basically be a coach on the field, can make corrections, see the game, and just, as they say, make the game slow down for himself. Understand the ebb and flow, situations. Sometimes a 3-yard is probably one of the best runs you can have in the game. Not always looking to make the home run, but pass protection, just a well-rounded back, a smart, well-rounded back that's going to understand, when I say understand who he is, to play within his talent level and take care and manage the game.
And has anybody shown you some of those things so far?
Once again, we're still very early.
Got time for a couple
What do you do with Drake Johnson to kind of keep him involved with the running backs?
Oh, Drake is like my coach. He's like my assistant. He comes in. He's basically the tattletale. He made a mistake. He did this wrong, but it's also keeping him, keeping his mind sharp. So, as we call it, mental reps. He gets the mental reps. He's telling me he's basically my second set of eyes.
What's been your impression of the running back's pass protection ability so far?
Once again, still early. Still early. Got a lot to learn.
Having worked with NFL backs for the last couple of years and now coming back to college, are there things you see that you can bring to these guys that you gain from the NFL guys from that experience?
Even at that level, those guys still need things in their game and holes in their games that they need to get ready. But I would just say the overall thing that you will bring from the program to here is the actual work of being a pro. What it takes to approach your job every day, to take care of your body, to take care of, learning the playbook and understanding, once again, how to be even though you're in college, but you use the word pro. How to attack your job, so to speak, is the best thing that I can bring from that level.
Is it realistic to think you'll have a back emerge by the end of spring?
I hope so. I wouldn't say realistic. That's why we also have fall ball. I guess it just kind of gives you basically a standard of where you're going into, and then it just kind of gives you a midway point of what needs to be done and where are you. So you will hope to have one, but you still have fall ball.